Now, good morning, student. Welcome back to Vedyora. So, today I am going to start your electricity chapter. So, what is electricity and how it is useful in our daily life? Today we will see that. So, before seeing this chapter, we will proceed some example to understand the electricity. What is electricity? How it is behaving in our nature. So, with the help of electricity, we can do many different types of things in our daily life. Like in our houses, all electrical appliances runs with our electricity only. So today you see that how electricity works in our daily life and how we can proceed electricity in a easy way. So you see here that in electricity there are many things which we deal with the electricity. Without electricity we cannot survive in our nature, because this is our advanced nature and there are many spaces and some where there are very less spaces. So in that spaces we can accumulate all the things and we can do it easily with the help of electricity also. So electricities are divided into two types. First we will learn that what is electricity, how electricity flows in our nature. Because in conductor electricity flows because in conductor their electrons are present. When electrons are flowing from one side to another side, then it will automatically transfer the charges from one side to another side and other charges will be working. But in case of insulator, where plastic things are included, their electrons are not flowing and we cannot accumulate or we cannot calculate their currents, because in presence of electricity electrons are present, then only electricity are flowing. Without electrons electricity cannot flow from one terminal to another terminal. That means electrons are not flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal without electrons inside the conductor. And in conductor only electrons are present. That's why conductor are good sense in electricity, but insulator are not a good conductor of electricity. So in insulator electric current cannot flows. So first we will see that there are two types of resistors. In previous classes also we have seen that what is resistors, from where resistors will came, how we can solve the resistors problems. Ohm's law I have understand you only previous chapters. So here we will see that what is the combination of resistor, how many types of resistors we can combine inside the circuit. These things we will see in the in this slide only. So first you will see that there are two types of combinations of resistors. There are two types of combinations of resistors. Here you see that resistor in series and resistor in parallels. But what is resistor in series? First we have to understand these things. And what is resistor in parallels? But resistor, what do you mean by resistor? What is resistor? First we will understand these things and then we will proceed the next slides. Now what is resistors? You see here, when we pass the current, this is our conductor. This is our conductor. And when we pass the current inside the conductor, when we pass the current inside the conductor, you see here, when we pass the current inside the conductor, this is our electrons are flowing inside the conductor. This arrow indicates that electrons are flowing inside the conductor. From which side to which side? This is our positive terminal and this is our negative terminal. Long vertical line always indicate our positive terminal and smallest vertical line always indicate negative terminal. And when this positive terminal and negative terminal combines with the conductor, then electricity are flowing. Now in presence of electrons only electricity are flowing. Without electrons electric current cannot flow inside the conductor. Now how we will see that if electrons are present inside the conductor or not? Because by seeing the electrons, because electrons we cannot see, By behaving its nature, we can say that electrons are present or not. How it behaves, you see here. We will take one example and I will understand you. This is our electrical rod. This is our electrical rod. In electrical rod, you see that when we heat at one side, this is our rod, electrical rod or iron rod. Iron rod. When these iron rods are heated from one side, when we heat this iron rod, this is our electrons are flowing inside the conductor. So when we heat the iron rods from one side, then it will automatically heat from other side. By seeing this behavior, here we cannot see that where electrons are going, but by behavior we can say that electrons are moving from one side to another side. You see here now, when iron rod is heated, when we heat the iron rod, then it will automatically heat the other side. We cannot heat the other side, it will automatically heat the other side. You see here, when we heat this portion, if we heat this portion of iron rod, when we heat one end, then other end automatically it will be heated. That's why no, when you see that when iron rods are heated, you will take this rod with the insulator substances, because if we catch this iron rod with free hand and after some time if one end is heated, then other end it will automatically will be heated. So if there is iron rod, you cannot see their electrons, but by behavior you can say that it is a iron rod or it is a plastic or it is any other type of substances. Because if there is a iron rod, then one, you see that if you heat the one side in iron rod, if you heat the one side, then other side automatically it will be heated. That means electrons are flowing from one side to another side. You see that electrons are flowing from one side to another side if it is a iron rod. But if it is a plastic or if it is any other substances except iron rod, then if you heat at one end, then other end cannot will be heated. You take one example, stick. It is a best example, wooden stick. If you heat the wooden stick, then it will be burned on that part which part will be heated, and other parts it will be left only. There is no any heating issue from other side. It will automatically will be heated, one end it will automatically will be heated, and this part will be separated from another side in case of wooden stick. But in iron rod, if there is a hardened heat end, in iron rod if you heat one end at much time, that means it will take 1 hour or 2 hours, then we will make different shapes of iron, like we can make chisels or sickles by heating iron, because electrons are flowing, and if you heat the iron substances, then it will automatically be melted. That means if we heat approx 900 to 1200 degrees Celsius, then iron rod will be melted. So we can reshape the iron rod by heating it. If we make any types of substances with the help of iron, by heating it we can make its different shapes. So iron is a good conductor of electricity and other insulator is a bad conductor of electricity. These things are applicable here also. You see here, if electrons are flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal, if electrons are flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal, that means conductor allows electrons, conductor gains electrons. If conductor gains electrons, then electric current will be produced. If there is no movement of electrons inside the conductor, then electric current cannot flows. That means this is a insulator where electrons are not flowing, and where electrons are flowing, by seeing his behavior we can say that it is a conductor. Understood? So this, now what is the meaning of resistor? You see here, what is the meaning of resistor? If any obstructions present inside the conductor, if there is a flow of electrons inside the conductor, if electrons are flowing inside the conductor and there is a obstruction, now what is the meaning of obstruction? Understood? What is the meaning of obstruction? First you see that what is the meaning of obstruction. The meaning of obstruction is that when we flow the electrons, this wire, you see that this is our wire, and when we flow the electrons in wire and we cut the wire from one side and again it will be binding. That means if there is cutting in the wire, if there is a jointed part in the wire, then they gain the resistance. So we cannot cut the wire. We can bend the wire, but we cannot cut the wire. If there is bending, then there is no resistance, and if we cut the wire and we will bend it, or if there is a jointed part in the wire, if any jointed part in the wire, then they gain the resistance. So we cannot cut the wire. We can circulate the wire, or we can make circular shape, but we cannot cut the wire and again we will joint it. If there is any cutting in the wire, then they gain the resistance. Or if we increase the length of the wire, if there are low quality of wire materials, that means resistance depend upon materials also. If the quality of the wire is low, then they gain the resistance. Or if we increase the length of the wire, then also they gain the resistance. So by seeing the quality of the wire, so we can say that always use the copper wire when we flow the electricity, because copper wires has much resistance compared to other wires like aluminum. Understood? So I think resistance you understood. Now what is resistor in series and resistors in parallels? You see here resistor in series and resistor in parallels. Now what is series combination? First you understand these things. What is series combination? So in series combination, in your household applications, you see that if we cut off the one switch, then with the help of those switches connection, it will automatically be disconnected. So by seeing the diagram, you see here, this is our series arrangement, and here bulb is connected. This is our bulb and this is also our bulb. And when this bulb is connected, and this is our switch. Understood? Now this is our positive terminal of the battery, and another is, this is our positive terminal of the battery, because long vertical line always indicates our positive terminal and smallest vertical line always indicates our negative terminal. And this is our switch. Now when we connect the switch with the help of battery, and this is our bulb, and this is also our bulb. Now when we on the switch, when we take the switch in circuit, there is one positive terminal, one negative terminal. This is our battery or cell. This is our battery. When we connect the battery with the help of switch and we take two bulbs, you see here only these wires we will take, same wires, you see here same wires we will take and connect the two bulbs. Now what is the resistor in series? Definition says two or more resistors are said to be in series if same current passes through them. If same current is passing through the bulb, when some potential difference, that means when there is different potential difference, when there is variable potential difference, but same currents are flowing inside the circuit, then this is known as series connection. You see here now, when we switch on, if we switch on the circuit, then here you will see that both bulbs are glowing. When we switch on the circuit, then both bulbs are glowing. but when we switch off the circuit, both bulbs are disconnected. Now what is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is that currents are here same currents are flowing inside the circuit, but potential difference are variable. In series connection, you remember that there is only one wires and there are many different bulbs which are connected with the same wires. If we disconnect this wire, or if this bulb are getting fused, then another bulbs are not glowing. In series connection, all bulbs are connected with one circuits only. If one bulbs are fused, or if one bulbs are disconnected, then other bulbs are also not glowing. Understood? Like Christmas tree, or you will see that Christmas tree is the best example. Or when many bulbs are connected with same circuit, and if one bulbs are fused, then other bulbs are also not glowing. In Christmas tree, you see now, there are many different colors of bulbs which are connected at one circuit only. In Christmas tree light, there are many different bulbs. There are many different colors bulbs which are connected in one circuit only. If one bulbs are not glowing, then with the help of those other bulbs that are also not glowing, because they are in series arrangement. Why those bulbs are not glowing? Because all arrangements are in same wires. All different types of bulb or all different colors of bulbs are connected in same arrangement. That's why when one bulbs are disconnected, or when one bulbs are getting fused, then other bulbs are also not glowing in series connection. So what I have explained here, these things are written here also. You see that if the filament inside one of the lamps melt, if one of the bulbs are getting fused, if one of the bulbs are getting fused, then the whole circuit is broken. You see here, then the whole circuit is broken and every lamp goes out. In series connection, I have explained now only, if one circuits are getting melted, or if one circuits are getting fused, then with the help of those circuits or those connections are also getting breaking down. That means if one bulbs are not glowing, then other bulbs are also not glowing, because all are in series connection. Understood? Same things are also written here. When all components of a circuit are connected one after the another till to need fashion, and due to which there is only one path of current to flow, then the circuit is called series connection. You see here now, these positive terminals are connected in this bulb also and in second bulb also. If same wires are connected, that means if same currents are flowing inside the circuit, and if one bulbs are not glowing, then other bulbs are also not glowing, because these bulbs are also connected with first bulb. That's why if one circuits are breaking down, then other circuits are also breaking down. What you have learned in series connection? In series connection, current flowing inside this circuit, you see here, current flowing inside this circuit is same. Current flowing inside this circuit is same. In both the bulbs, currents are same, but here potential difference are different in series connection. Understood? Now this is the example of series connection. Now if bulb are connected here also, no any issues, because this is also the same wire. If I take the numericals, you see there series arrangement and parallel arrangement are many types. But remember the concept, if same wires are connected with different bulbs or different instrument, then this is series connection. And if different wires are connected with different substances, then it is parallel connection. I will explain you parallel connection also, but in series connection, I think you have no any doubts. Now next you see that what is parallel connections. Now this is our series connection. You see that when two or more resistors are connected in series, if two resistors are connected in series, or if two or more resistors are connected in series, then how we will calculate those resistors? Because here always asking what is the R equivalent if two or more than two resistors are connected in same circuit, then how we will find out the resistance? This is here concept. You see here, if for two resistors these concepts are here, but for n resistors are also you can find. How you can find out? You see here, for two resistors, here you see that R1 and R2, this is our resistor. You see here, this is our first concept and this is our second resistor. And if these resistors are connected with the help of battery, understood? This is our potential difference of positive and negative terminal. You see here, this is our positive terminal and this is our negative terminal. When these positive and negative terminals are connected with the help of resistor, this is our positive terminal and this is our negative terminal. When this positive terminal and negative terminals are connected in resistors, if two resistors are given, then how we will calculate the equivalent resistors inside the series connection? You see here, in series combination it is obvious that the current flowing through each resistor is same. What you have learned the definition in series connection? In series connection, current flowing inside this circuit is same but potential difference is different. You see here, current flowing inside this circuit is same. Here you will see that current flowing inside this circuit is same. Current flowing inside this circuit is same but potential difference is different. This is our R1 and this is our R2 resistor. Now when currents are flowing inside this circuit, what is going to happen? You see here, this is our point potential difference A, this we denote VA, and this is our potential difference V, this we denote VB, and this is our potential difference C, this is known as VC. So you will take the point A, B and C. VA is our potential difference, VB is our potential difference, and VC is also our potential difference. V is the SI unit of, this is V. V is the SI unit of potential difference. So VA is the potential difference on A point, VB is the potential difference on B point, and VC is the potential difference on C point. Now how we will calculate this? First you will see here, when we calculate the potential difference on VA to VB, so how we will write? Here you see that VA to VB, when two terminals are given there, then we have to subtract the higher potential minus lower potential, because in general field also you see that waters are always flowing from higher potential to lower potential. Same things are applicable in the electricity also. Electricity is also flowing from always positive terminal to negative terminal. That means electrons are flowing from negative terminal to positive terminal, but electricity behaves like positive terminal to negative terminal. So here we have to see that VA minus VB is our potential difference. Now what is Ohm's law? According to Ohm's law, you learn I is equals to V by R, or V is equals to IR. That means according to Ohm's law, if we increase the current, then potential difference also increases, because here potential difference current is directly proportional to potential difference. So if we increase the current, then potential difference or voltage increases. But here current is inversely proportional to resistance. If we increase the current, resistance will be decreases. So if one substance is directly proportional to other substances, that means if one substance increases, then other substances will also increases if it is directly proportional. And if it is inversely proportional, then one substances if we increase, then other substances automatically it will be decreases. That means here resistance is inversely proportional. That means if we increase the current, then resistance will be decreases. Now according to Ohm's law, you see here, according to Ohm's law, what we will see that if there is two potential difference, then we will subtract the final minus initial. It will gives V1. Now according to Ohm's law, what you will see here, V is equals to IR. Now here it is I, and if two resistors are given, then we have to take their different name. Here two resistors are given, then we have to take first one is R1, and here current is common because in series combination currents are same, so we will take I. I is our current, you see here I is our current, R1 is our first resistor and R2 is our second resistor. These both resistors are different, so we will take different names. Now same thing apply on VB and VC, on potential difference B and potential difference C. Now what is VB? VB minus VC, you see here, this is also our same V2. If one is VA minus VB is V1, then if we take on R2, then VB minus VC is equals to V2, then R2 minus I according to Ohm's law. This is our second equation and this is our first equation. Now while we add both the equation, when we add both the equation, then what is the resultant? You see here, resultant is your V is equals to R1 plus R2 into I. These things you remember, while we add both the equation, VA minus VB equal to R1 into I. R1 is our first resistor, I is our current. Now second equation, VB minus VC is equals to V2 R2 cross I. Now if we will add both the equation, then what is the resultant or what is the outcome coming here? You see here, what is the outcome? The outcome is our V by I. If it is multiplication, then if we will take the left hand side, then it will be divided. Now V by I is equals to R1 plus R2. Now according to Ohm's law, what is our V by I? You see here, I is equals to V by R. Then R is equals to V by I. If we take the cross multiplication, you see here, in denominator it is our 1. If it is nothing, then we will take 1. Then we will cross V cross 1, then it will gives our V, and I cross R, that is our IR. Now what is asking V by I? Now if it is multiplication, then we will divide it, you see here. If it is multiplication, then we will divide also. Then V by I is our R. Now we can put this value in this portion also. Now what is our V by I? You see here, V by I is our R. R is equals to R1 plus R2, equivalent resistance. Now in series combination, if two resistors are connected inside these circuits, then what is their R equivalent? We have to add both the resistors. We have to add both the resistors R1 plus R2. Then you have to find the effective resistance or R equivalent or total resistance inside the circuit. These things I think you know. If we will take out VA minus VB and VB minus VC, now if we will add both the equation, then what is the resultant? According to Ohm's law, V by I is equals to R, and this is our R equivalent. Why we will take here R equivalent? Because we will find out the total resistance inside this circuit, so we will take here R equivalent. Or sometimes question will asking also that what is the effective resistance. Effective resistance and R equivalent both are same things. So when two resistors are connected inside this circuit, then with the help of this concept you can find the R equivalent. If two resistors are connected, but if n resistors are connected, how you will find? You see here, if n resistors are connected inside this circuit, how we will find the R equivalent in series? So if n resistors are connected inside this circuit, their formula is, you see here, R equivalent. If n resistors are connected, first you will write here, if n resistor are connected, if n resistors are connected inside this circuit, inside the series circuit, then how we will calculate those resistors? You see here. Now the main formula is that if n resistors are connected, that means Rn we will take here n resistors, Rn equivalent. Rn is our, if n resistors are taking inside the circuit, then we will take the formula R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus up to Rn. If n resistors are connected inside this circuit, then we will take this formula. And if 2 resistors or 3 resistors are connected, then we have to take their R1 plus R2 plus R3. And if n resistors are connected, then we will take this formula. Or the final formula is also that Rn is equals to NR. That means n is the number of resistors, and how many resistors you take, you have to add both the resistors. If you take 5 resistors, then R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4 plus R5. Like this you have to take if n resistors are connected inside the circuit. This is our R equivalent, or effective resistance we can also say this. R equivalent is our R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus up to, you have to take Rn. If n resistors are connected inside the series combination, then we have to take this formula while solving the numericals. And if there are 2 resistors, then R1 plus R2. If there are 3 resistors, then R1 plus R2 plus R3. Likewise, we can solve all those questions. So I think you understand the series combination. This is our concept. What I have explained here, this is our written document here. What I have explained you here, you see here. With the help of this PPT, you can see that the all process. Now what is parallel combination? Series combination, if you know, then you understand the parallel combination also. But in case of series combination, first we will solve some questions and then we will solve the parallel combinations. Now you see here how we can solve the series combination, or how we can identify whether it is series combination or parallel combination inside the circuit. First, if you identify that whether it is series combination or parallel combination, then you can solve the numericals very easily, because in circuit some different arrangements are given. In circuit, if some different arrangements are given, then first you have to identify whether it is series combination or parallel combination. Then only you can proceed the question. But before you seeing that, you see here how we can solve the questions, or how we can solve the numericals by seeing the arrangements. So first question we will take this. First you have to see that whether it is series arrangement or parallel arrangement. Here you have confused that whether it is series arrangement or parallel arrangement. But before confusing, first you remember some points also here. You see here, if circuits are drawn like this, if circuits are drawing like this, and if straight, this is our wire, this is our wire, understood? This is our wire.